Hi, welcome to your Astro Mojo. I'm your astrologer Lisa Paron with your August 2016 monthly stars and crystal. But before I get to that, I would like to tell you about a special announcement I have. My debut article for Del Horoscope magazine is called Astrology and Crystals, a Match Made in Heaven, and you can see that in the October edition, which it's featured in Del Horoscope magazine, on sale August 23rd. So I'm pretty excited about that, and anyone that's interested in crystals, please pick up an issue and read it. You'll find it very interesting. So the month of August is very interesting too. The sun will be in Leo this month, encouraging us to have some fun, be more romantic, and maybe go on a nice vacation. This is an excellent time for new romances or to rekindle the flame of an existing romance. You will want to spend more time in the pursuit of leisure, perhaps with your family, children, or pets at your side. August's lucky stars begin on the 1st with the sun in a very happy angle with Saturn. This positive and long-term energy could manifest into money, or there could be a new opportunity, pay raise, or promotion come your way, especially if you are a Leo or a fire sign such as Aries or Sagittarius, as well as Capricorn and Aquarius. This is an excellent day for long-term stability and would be a fine day to start something new. Mars enters Sagittarius, bringing more fire energy our way on the 2nd. Mars is now building up speed after a long retrograde period and will be at a maximum velocity by the end of the month. Yay! Projects or new starts will begin to grow quicker at this time, and people who have been feeling especially drained physically over the last several months to a year will begin to feel more lively, peppy, like you've got a new zest for life and just more lively than you've been in a long, long time. Your health will start to improve at this time. Also on the August 2nd, we have a new moon in Leo, igniting our passions for fun, romance, and desire. We crave the finer things in life now and lean towards expensive taste like rich, decadent foods, expensive jewelry, and luxury items. Regal Leo wants only the best, after all. On the 6th, Venus enters their sign of Virgo, joining Mercury and Jupiter. Venus in Virgo is meticulous and hard to please. Relationships at this time will be analyzed, assessed, and become sort of clinical in a way. Single people will be more selective and fickle with their choices of partners at this time. If you're in an existing relationship, you may find your partner to be a little more critical, analytical, perhaps finding fault more than usual, just kind of nitpicky. Some positive and encouraging energy is on the way, though, with the planet Saturn stationing in direct motion on the 13th. Saturn finally begins to move forward and continues on its way through the fire sign of Sagittarius. Saturn has been in a retrograde or reverse state since March 25th, earlier this year, and really has slowed down progress, especially with money or career matters for some people. Mighty Saturn is the planetary ruler of Capricorn, as well as the ancient ruler of Aquarius. Now, life will really begin to move in a progressive, steady flow as Saturn direct provides us with stabilizing energy. It's sure-footed, and you feel more like you've got solid ground, sort of like the animal that the sign of Capricorn is represented by in the zodiac is a mountain goat, and the mountain goat will climb to the top of the mountain. He's tenacious, he's determined, he's feisty, and he might have obstacles in his way, but it doesn't matter. He always gets to the top, and things will really start to be picking up for the next 12 months for those signs I just mentioned. We have a full moon on August 18th in Aquarius, but it's also affecting the opposite sign of Leo. The moon is the planetary ruler of the sign of Cancer, and it gives them an intuitive as well as empathic energy. When the moon is full, it is most powerful, magical, and at its peak level for energy for the whole month. people with water signs in their horoscope of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces will feel or react to the moon's energy more so than the average person. People born with the moon in a water sign, for instance, feel this energy the most. And of course, if your moon is in your natal horoscope, your birth horoscope, is close to another planet such as Neptune, you'll pick up the energy of that planet. For instance, the combination of the moon and Neptune would influence this person's dreams. They'd have very vivid dreams, maybe dreams that come true, and they would have definite psychic abilities. And there, there's been debate in the astrological as well as the astronomical communities to whether this full moon is or is not an eclipse. NASA is stating this is not an eclipse, this full moon, but after careful analysis of all the planets involved on that day, and my experience as an astrologer is telling me to treat this full moon on the 18th as an eclipse. So I'm going to give a little more information about that for you. Eclipses are always a time of change, and particularly a full moon has this one, it has some critical degrees and angles associated with it. The moon is not in a very favorable aspect with Pluto, and that could result with situations turning really intense or people acting jealous. Because it's a full moon lunar eclipse, all these other planets that are affecting it is sort of accelerated to the max. It's shedding light of both the lights, the sun and the moon, on the energy of this day. So it's like throwing gasoline on a fire, sort of. It makes it way bigger than it normally would be. Also, Luna and the planet involved with surprises, Uranus, is also in an unusual angle on that day, on the 18th. And this is a time when you really should expect the unexpected. Anything could happen with that aspect. And with every full moon, there's the aspect of duality, or things being amplified to a larger degree, as I was just saying. And the moon is also making an inhospitable angle to Mars. It's a planet of war and anger, which could cause feelings to be hurt, or someone to blurt out a hurtful remark in anger and then regret it later. And finally, the moon is in opposition to the sun at 25 degrees of Leo. And the full moon is always in opposition to the sun, don't get me wrong, but this one, it's at what astrologers consider a critical degree in astrology. And not a very good one either. It can indicate erratic behavior associated with alcohol or alcohol use, and it's really associated strongly with violence. I would watch in the news around the 18th for global protests and violence in the news on or around the full moon. There could be a surge of violence, angry protests around the world, or political upheavals. And the energy from this lunar eclipse will be felt a week before and up to 6 months after following the event. Possible hotspots around the world to be affected by this eclipse could be the USA, Paris, France, Turkey, Syria, as well as Mumbai, India. Aquarius is in an air sign, so watch for news involving the air, wind, birds, transportation, especially planes, or the spread of airborne diseases. At this time, we may hear news about or involving protests, uprising, humanitarian groups, the LGBTQ community, new technology being discovered, scientific achievement or space discoveries. Maybe they'll discover life on another planet. Ooh. There is also going to be a surge in powerful or intense weather around the world, with more tornadoes, hurricanes, and electricity. The lunar eclipse will also bring things associated with Leo into the spotlight. You may hear news at this time about a very famous entertainer, president, political leader, or someone involved in politics, or member of the royal family at this time. One person whose horoscope I see is highlighted with this eclipse in particular is American Donald Trump. Around this time, he will be very, very aggressive, more so than he usually is. And this is a red flag that Donald is going to attract a lot of negative, aggressive energy around him at that time, and he should be careful not to venture into dangerous locations or put himself in harm's way. This could be hidden enemies revealing themselves at this time, and he should take care with fire and weapons, particularly guns. He's sort of in a dangerous position right now. For you personally, if you were born with Aquarius, Leo, or Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, take extra care with your health and your physical body starting a few days before to 2 weeks after the 18th. Around the 18th is also an excellent time for single women or gay men to meet new men. On the 21st, Mars is finally out of its shadow phase, meaning Mars is running at full speed now. Finally, projects or situations in your life that you've been sort of feeling like it's been at a standstill or delayed will now begin to pick up, and the momentum will speed up now. Money will be much better at this time and flow easier into your life than before. The Sun and the giver of life enters the Earth sign of Virgo on August 22nd, shifting our focus to more serious matters. This time, people in general will be concentrating on work, repairs, and health matters. Also on the 22nd, Mercury makes an exact conjunction with Jupiter in Virgo. This could be a time when some of you will get really good news come your way, or an opportunity may suddenly fall into your lap and a better job offer is available, or a promotion. It's something good for the most part. Very few people will be aspected negatively with this. It depends on the other planets in your horoscope as well. This is a very favorable aspect for business, communication, and writing endeavors. If you're a writer, you want to get your book published or an article. Even better energy is building as Mars conjuncts Saturn at 9 degrees of Sagittarius and also Taurus on the 24th. Once Mars is past Saturn and away and beyond, life in general will really begin to pick up and show progress. Progress will pick up speed. This is your green light to go, and is especially harmonious energy concerning money, business projects you want to grow and last for a long, long time. On the 27th, Venus conjuncts Jupiter, the two best planets in the sky, which is sort of like the two happiest planets hugging each other. As you might have guessed, this is really good energy, and it's especially good for anything concerning money, love, joy, and expansion. This is a good day to invest, make a grand gesture in romance, and maybe propose marriage or begin a new business venture. On the 29th, Mercury makes an exact conjunction with Venus and Jupiter, which will add warmth, good feeling, and loving emotions to any communications or discussions you're having with the opposite sex. This is an excellent time to begin an epic luxury voyage or vacation to some exotic destination. On the 29th, Venus enters the air sign of Libra for the next 3 weeks, and this is very happy and positive sign for Venus to be in, as it is the natural ruler of Libra. So it's in its natural position here. It's the most happy. Also in Taurus, it's very happy. Matters of the heart will soften up at this time. So even if your sweetheart has been critical, he or she will soften up, not be quite so serious. And people in general at this time will be a little more charming, friendly, and congenial. The month of August ends with Mercury going retrograde or in a backward state from August 31st until September 23rd. Mercury retrograde is typically a time when communications are not so clear and Murphy's Law is in full effect. This is a time when all forms of communication can be challenged, such as emails not going through, missing phone calls or important appointments or getting them mixed up, travel mix-up, losing your luggage, missing your plane, your flight, computers crashing or getting a virus all of a sudden, not working the way they should be. General communication chaos always is involved with Mercury retrograde. It's not the end of the world. It happens every year for 3 weeks at a time, 3 times a year. It's just something we have to get used to, but you'll probably notice if you look around you, different mechanical things and electronics and computers not going quite the way they should at this time. If you're interested to see more about or hear more about it, watch my video on Mercury retrograde for more information on this subject. As well, make sure you back up your computer and double check all your appointments, important flights before the end of the month, just in case. Astronomy buffs and stargazers will want to look up at the night sky between August 10th and 13th for a glimpse of the Perseid meteor shower. That should be nice to watch. And make sure you check out my August stars video horoscope and lucky crystal for your sun sign, moon, and ascendant for more celestial insight. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, if you would not so already, I would love if you would do that. Visit my website, astromojo.com, for free daily horoscopes, predictions, and astrology articles to help you achieve success as well as spiritual guidance. And if you know someone that could benefit from my videos, my spiritual healing, please feel free to share my videos on your social media sites. Also, if you want more information about the eclipse, I also advise you to check out my website. I'll have something more about it on there. And one last thing. This has been a general astrology forecast for all the signs during August of 2016, but these events and the eclipse will only affect you personally if you have planets influenced and associated by those signs and degrees. And for personal predictions, to see how the stars may affect you, or if you need guidance with love, your career, or a specific issue, I'm always here to help you. Order your in-depth astrology reading with me based on your date, location, and time of birth at astromojo.com/in-depth readings. The best way to handle August energy is to have fun, go with the flow, take a chance on love or new adventures. You never know what's around the corner or what life has in store for you. I'm your astrologer, Lisa Paron, and the stars speak to me. Until next time, lovelies, I send you wishes of abundance, love, and light. Take care. So mote it be.